Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Karen Polka, and I'll be speaking with Quentin Bishop, the City Manager of Marysville. Today's show is sponsored by Semco Energy Gas Company. Welcome, Quentin, to Spotlight. I'm excited to hear about what's going on in Marysville.
Thanks, Karen. Thank you so much for having me this morning. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
So you are the City Manager of Marysville. Mm-hmm. Tell me, how long have you been there, and what is a City Manager?
That's a great question. What is City Manager? It's actually it's a lot of things. I've been in municipal government, county government now for pushing on almost 6 years. I'll be coming up on my 1-year anniversary in Marysville.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's gone by fast.
In June, it's been a blur. It's been great. Been a resident of Marysville for just coming up on a decade. So definitely feel the hometown feels, and the kids were raised there. So it's definitely a privilege to be working in our hometown.
And so what is a city manager? What do you do?
City management, just like anything else in management. So you have large organizations, large systems. Most people are familiar with company structures. Mm-hmm. If they just use that example and thought of a city, we provide services. Okay. And so those services to the community, like our police department, our fire department, our ambulatory services, recreation departments. We're the people that decide when the roads go down and when to fix the roads, right? It's like those big items that people care about because it affects their day-to-day. And then we have an obligation because we're funded primarily through property tax. Okay. There's other funding mechanisms that come in through the state, shared revenues, those types of things that we get a piece of the pie from the statewide. But primarily it's about people who live in the city paying into the system, and for those taxes, we provide a service.
Right, that's really great. And some places that are townships, they are overseen by a supervisor. This is city management. And so you just said something about the roads. Mm-hmm. Some of the friends that I have are in Marysville, and I drive through Marysville, and I saw the cones going up, and then I'm like, okay, I love construction though, just to say. Yeah, because you know what that means, improvement.
Improvement, yes. That's right. That's right.
So tell us a little bit about what's going on with the roads.
Sure. So the one most familiar right now is Gratiot. So Gratiot, believe it or not, it's a 94 business loop. I know we think Gratiot, we think Marysville, but it's the 94 business loop. And actually MDOT has jurisdiction over that particular road. Not many people know that. The MDOT 94 business loop, Gratiot, that project, it's going to stretch. It started April 20th. It's going to stretch all the way into October. Okay. It's 2 miles from Range Road all the way to Busha Highway. It's going to cover all lanes, and they're doing these large sections of concrete patching. Yes. And so it needs it. Yes. The road's heavily trafficked. Yes. We have a population of 10,000, but during the daytime hours, we triple actually the population that comes through Marysville. So a lot of wear and tear on that road. What people can expect is that for the next maybe month or so, they'll have 3 lanes to work with out of the 5. Okay. And then they'll switch. And once they work the outside lanes, then they'll switch. They'll start working on the middle 3, and then we'll be down to 2 lanes until October. Okay, that's really great though, because I did notice the patching, and it's concrete patching versus just trying to Band-Aid it. I think that's a really, really well thought out process. It's significant for sure.
And for those of us that take 94 to come to Port Huron, and I get off at Marysville, I'm one of those that have tripled your numbers that are traveling on Gratiot.
Exactly, you know the route.
As I try to get through and get to Port Huron. That's it's really wonderful. Marysville is a great community. I agree. And you're raising your family there, and so what are some other things in Marysville that are happening because of maybe grants or your what did you call it, their business council? Oh yeah. What are some of those things?
So we have a lot of moving parts right now, and it's a very exciting time in Marysville because we're introducing some new things. We are really focusing on quality of life, and we need to take a really hard look at our waterfront. It's our greatest asset. It is. And people have come to enjoy Chrysler Beach. They have come to enjoy the pocket beaches that stretch all the way down, which is really the Bridge to Bay Trail, which for trail trail people and walkers and runners and
Yes,
right? We understand
yes.
the importance of it. We're capping off what is the Bridge to Bay Trail. We're the first community in St. Clair County to complete their section of Bridge to Bay.
Wonderful.
It's phenomenal. A little plug, on June 6th, what we're going to do is have a ribbon cutting of the path. Yes, we're having a fun run. Yep, mark it down.
All right.
We'll
6-6.
It will be
All
there.
right.
We'll be there. And so, but those are some quality of life things. But we're looking at infrastructure. It's not the really cool stuff. People don't really get too excited about it, but it's generational projects. So when we can look at things like our water treatment plant, we successfully lobbied Lansing, and thanks to Representative Joe Pavlov, we were able to go and acquire a legislative directorate aid for $750,000 to reinforce and replace sections of the seawall. Now, people would think like, oh, it's a seawall. What does that have to do with the water treatment plant? The edge of the water treatment plant is 7 feet from the water's edge.
Wow.
So it's very, very, very important that seawall has integrity and it can last us another 30, 40, 50
Absolutely.
years. So we're going to be working on that. That's going to kick off this year. We're also looking at opportunities in Veterans Park.
Okay.
As a resident of 10 years, I spent a lot of time at the Little League fields, at MJFA football fields, at the basketball courts. Pickleball is blowing up, everybody knows that. But we look across the street of River Road and we look at Veterans Park, and it would be highly classified passive park. A passive park is really green space.
Okay.
It's not activated.
Okay.
It doesn't give a reason to be other than just to be there.
Okay.
And we want to increase that activity, so we are investing heavily in Veterans Park.
Okay.
And we have some big plans for it. Not enough to give in detail in this interview,
Yep.
but the idea is that one day in the near future that people will enjoy Veterans Park the same way they do Chrysler's Beach.
So that's something to come back and tell us more about.
Yeah,
when that comes
100%.
to.
100%.
So
Yeah.
as we wrap up, what is one thing that you would like to see in Marysville, what's a goal?
Oh, great question. Thank you. We're going through goal setting right now through a program called Recast. Recast is essentially a strategic planning 10-month program that 6 communities in Southeast Michigan were awarded these grants to do.
Only 6 in the whole state?
Out of 7 counties of Southeast Michigan.
Wow, that's
It's still 90% of our population's in this
Yes.
pocket, and so we were one of 6 communities. And we're focusing in on quality of life because hard-earned tax dollars deserve a certain level of expectation of service beyond getting your trash picked up on time, beyond when when you have an emergency that people show up when they're supposed to. But it's about feeling a culture. It's about feeling a presence of where you live and having just a real sense of community. I'm very passionate about that area. Recast is helping us reframe what that actually looks like. And so those, the 3 biggest stakeholders are going to be community members, obviously, what we can provide to the residents in real time. A second group of stakeholders are the small businesses. And those small businesses, through small business manufacturing, through those cottage industries, through those industrial bases that we have in Marysville, we need to ensure that, one, that they are up to date at all times about what's going on. Things that could affect their business, like Gratiot, that affects every business.
Absolutely.
So we do things like new meet and greets. So we'll set aside time, we open up the rec center, we had over 30 participants come in, and we sit down and we can give them real-time updates. What's going on?
Yes.
How are we building events? How are we building out the community? What our plans for construction are, how this may affect their business. And then more importantly than that, bring in input.
Okay.
Bring in input. The last group of stakeholders is the actual staff and the admins and all of our people and employees of the city, because customer service needs to be top of mind. We serve the public. If not for their hard-earned tax dollars, we would be in a different situation in Marysville. So we want to provide excellent customer service. And then it goes into just continual focus on leadership development. So I want every department head, I want every staff member kick butt.
Yeah.
Just absolutely feel like they're coming into the day to kick today's butt and have the full support of their department and the administration at all times. As long as we keep the city council updated and we keep the mayor updated and we're giving them recommendations that are going to move us forward and grow, I think that we're on a plan for steady growth for decades to come. And I'm happy to be a part of that. Truly am.
It sounds really great, and the transparency to those that are living there, working there, spending money there, right, as myself. And it's great to hear about that transparency. So thank you for all of that. One last question. What's your favorite ice cream? When you go to the ice cream store?
I do. I mean, nothing. I love me some Dairy Boy. There's no question about
You got
that.
the best one.
But Fat Elvis at Hippy Dippy is by far the...
Okay, we have to go try that one.
You have to. It's great.
Well, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you, Karen.
And thank you for joining us on Spotlight.